What's up with you? What's up with you? I don't know what's going on with StreamYards, man. We'll give it a week or two. I don't know. It's acting up, but we'll fix it. Earlier this morning, actually, a guy came in with a request. He said he wanted me to speak on dating with a disability. And I said, okay, I'll talk on that, man. I'll speak on that. See, we out here to trying to help people, bro. We out here really trying to help more. I didn't help more of these YouTubers than half of these clowns with these big platforms. They're just idiots. They're idiots. They just happen to get on this thing when it was first starting and they came up on it. Somebody who got bought Bitcoin in 2000 when it first came out, right? Does that make them a financial genius? No, they just got on it early. And if they better get off, it's falling now. But no, that's what I'm saying. You come on these YouTube channels. See, we try to help. We literally try to help. And this is another stream. Guy asked me, I didn't get all into the man's personals. I don't need to know the man's personals. Hey, man, are you this? I'm not going to get in that man's personal business. Man asked me, could I do a stream? I said, yeah, I do it. I do it for your player. And if you were, we either way, brother, but you ain't got to tell me your privates. You ain't got to tell me your personal business. We finna go over some stuff about this, how do you date from a disability standpoint, whether you're disabled or whether that female's disabled. How do you date? How do you date? Now, we know everything's superficial to a certain degree. Most people are very superficial. So, yeah, let's just be for real, because we've seen this in our lives. We know we've seen this. If someone is a very attractive male or female and they're in a wheelchair, they're that part of their life, dating or whatever, or a significant other, that's really not an issue. We had a guy who worked at a hospital for a while, worked for a hospital about 6 months. And they had one of those wheelchair basketball games. It was at it was downtown at the professional basketball court, right? They were having a tournament or something like that, right? And the guy, he got a hard foul. He fell down. They send him out to the hospital. They thought he had a concussion. They wanted him to get checked out. And the thing that made me notice him is he had that chair. That chair is like slanted. It's not straight. He had one of those chairs. And I saw him when they brought him in and all of that, right? And he came down to the desk. And all the nurses, right? This man was in a wheelchair. All the nurses, they couldn't keep their hands. He was from Seattle. He had green eyes. He had the elder barge type hair, right? And he was in basketball shape, right? And they were just losing their minds. And I'm just, I'm a man. I mean, and they can do that. If they like them, love them. Like them. I don't care. I'm just saying, when you observe it, I guess some people would think, okay, because he's in a chair, that's gonna slow him. It didn't slow him down. It didn't slow him down at all. It was so many straight men in that hospital, and women, they weren't acting like that for them. They lost their marbles over that, man. They was coming all out. Hey, you okay? You need some help, baby? What you need? And here come another nurse. It's like 4 or 5 nurses around his wheelchair, making sure whatever he needed, he could get. Ooh, look at this. They putting their hand in man's hair. I was just looking at him. And then one day he came down, and that's when I asked him, I said, yo, man, what's your chair? He said, huh? Oh, man, I play. That's how I found out what happened. He said, I played basketball. I got hit. And he said, not only that, man, they finna put me in a hotel, man. He said, then I'm going to fly back to Seattle. He said, the team already flown back. I'll be there. I'm going to spend the weekend here, and I'll fly back Monday. And I said, you good? He said, man, yeah, man. He said, you must love this place. These people so friendly down here. I said, really? Are they? He said, yeah, man, look at the nerd. He said, this ain't this. Man, I didn't say nothing. I said, yeah, bro, I got you. Yeah, the women, they liked him, man, So even though he was in a wheelchair, That didn't stop his game. That just didn't stop his game. He was in shape. He pushed that chair around. He had to, like, he lift weights. Looked like he worked out a lot. He worked on his game. Um, he kept himself, he was a single man. I mean, he was a married man, but he kept himself together, and the reaction he got from females would make you question a lot of things, man. So, and I don't know him like that to know what happened. I do know a couple of nurses are overheard him because where I was working is right by the nurse's desk. Overheard him say that they were going to go up there and quote unquote check on him in his hotel room to make sure he's straight. Now, you can interpret that any kind of way you want. I don't know. I don't know. But nah, it didn't slow his game up. He got way more attention than the average healthy American male, American black male. He got way more attention. So it just depends. It just depends. And a lot of it depends on your attitude. And we're in I'm in the black community. And I don't know if you make up your mind. It's up for you to decide. When people have a child, maybe the child is a little person. Maybe the child has some type of disability. In the black community, man, oftentimes they just raise you like they raise their children. They just raise you the same way. They don't raise you any kind of way. Your expectations are the same as your brother, your sister, who doesn't have those problems. They don't, now one could say that maybe they don't know any better. We live in a different type of world, right? You could say that, but man, I'm telling you, from growing up around individuals like that, them people like that, they didn't look at themselves any different than you. They may have been shorter, so they were slower, so they weren't as fast. If they played basketball, it was harder for them to dribble, but they still had to get up there and D up, man. They still had to get up there and D up. They still had expectations that they had to fulfill. And in my opinion, because they were treated like that growing up, they didn't grow up thinking that it was anything, there was something about them that was different. They just didn't look at the world like that. I know a guy, he had some type of car wreck, man. He was done pretty bad. It was hard to look at, dude. No, I'm serious. Like, and he should stare, he just look at you with a stare. So like you looking at him, he would stop and look right at you, man. So you turn your head, right? That was because you didn't want to be rude, but man, I know some chicks, there was some bad chicks, man. Bad, man. Top of the tree. Top notch feet. I know, ooh, man, smoking. And he was trying to get them. They was telling me, he said, that dude trying to talk to me. He trying to get me to go out with him. He trying to talk to me. He trying to talk to me. I was like, what? I was like, damn. Yeah. And I saw dude had his clothes on. He had his little hat on, man. He just looked at I guess it happened some stuff he happened when he was a kid. And the game, it just depends on you, man. But see, this is what we're going. We're gonna let these videos play. But I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm gonna be for real, man. I'm gonna be for real with you, brother. Brother asked me today to go over this podcast. I'm gonna be real with you. It's on you, man. If you can't let the world beat you down, brother. Whatever you going through, it ain't nothing to do with fairness, man. It's just called life. It's called life, and you got to, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. I know, like I've not told this story about 5 times. I know a young lady. She was in a high chair, like she was like a dwarf, and The church had all these little social gatherings for people, I mean, I don't know how to say it, but others like her, right? There was people from various aspects of life, and they would go there to collectively, and yeah, now, I mean, now we're getting into the weeds. We get into the specific, the sausage making. We don't need to do that. But if there was a relationship or whatever, just girlfriend, boyfriend, or friendship from that perspective, that's what they were trying to encourage. She was adamant about not going there. And I wish I wish you could hear. You always first you got to see her. I wish you could have heard her, man. That woman didn't play that. That woman damn near cussed the pastor out saying, "What? We like for you to attend." That woman said, "I ain't going to that." She said, "I don't want no man like." She said, "I want a man like me. I want a regular man." Yeah, it's like, damn, man. She was talking, man, and she was mean too, man. She run over your foot with that chair. If she caught you looking at her, man, she'd deliberately angle that chair and take your feet off, take your ankles. She kept trying. She almost got my ankles. It wasn't the front of it wasn't the toes. It was the back of the shoe with that wheel to pull that thing, man, pull the meat off your ankles, man. And that thing, whizzed by. She almost got me, but anyhow, she wound up having a baby, man. She got a regular dude. She did. Despite all of the skepticism and the doubt. Yep. She went out there. She couldn't have been more than 20. She went out there, got her man. I think it was like 18. Had her a baby, man, as much as she could. I mean, he got to the hospital. But yeah, that chick, she had a little makeup on. You got to see it, man. She had her lashes and her lipstick. She was in that chair, pushing that chair around. She got her a regular smuggler dude, a brother, about 18, skinny jeans, hoodie. Man, that's crazy when you think about it, because you got to see her. So, no, I don't even know how to explain that, man. I'm happy for her, man. She found what she was looking for. So it really comes down to that person, man. It comes down to that person. What are your goals? What are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to do? And see, a lot of times late in life, see, this is another thing, unplanned. People can be in car wrecks. Things can happen where you wind up that way. So what do? Do you roll up the towel, or do you stay out there? You got to stay out there, man. You got to stay out there. Now, look, let's check out just a little bit. We're going to be able to play all of this stuff because it's full of music. But we're going to play some of this. The first one is a amputee, and she's going on a date. Fair use. Let me I got it up. Okay, here we go.
So I'm on my way to this blind date, and I'm very nervous. I'm also very excited. I think it's going to be fun. I would like for my date to not make our conversation all about what happened to me. I think that's a big thing for me.
My name is Prince David Okebalama, 31 years old, and I currently live in Brooklyn, New York. In New York, I feel like every date is a blind date because you don't know exactly what's going to happen or who the person is until you meet them. I don't know much about my blind dates, but regardless, I'm really excited to meet her.
Oh man, I'm so nervous. I got jitters.
And let me say this right here, though.
Hey.
Hi.
How are you?
We play this game like, rejection is one way. Yeah, it's going to be dudes who ain't going to want to holler at her because of her medical condition, right? But see, we got to stop playing this game. They just as capable of rejecting dudes. We got to stop playing this game. You think, okay, because they got an issue that they want, they still be rejecting dudes. They still women, they be rejecting dudes, man. they're not gonna lower their standards just because they have problems. And I think that's where a lot of dudes get it twisted. That's where a lot of dudes get it mixed up.
Good, how are you?
Nice to see you, Prince.
Michelle.
Michelle, lovely name.
Thank you.
Oh, you look so pretty.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm from the Bronx.
From the Bronx.
Yeah.
New York, born and raised?
Yes.
Oh
Born
man.
and raised.
Anytime I meet New Yorkers, I always feel so a bit like an idiot saying that
Why?
I'm from New York because I've only been here like 7 years. Have you lived in the Bronx the whole
Not
time?
my whole life. No, I lived in Florida and Puerto Rico. I mean, I would prefer Florida over New York. I know that's like bad to say, but like
What?
as a New Yorker, as a true New Yorker,
You shouldn't
yeah.
say that out loud.
I know.
What do you
Dave said she needs to give 100% cooperation. I disagree, Dave. I mean, not all of them. Not all of them going to do that, man. You guys got to understand, we still live in this society. And they know their worth. They do, man. And if you, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that after we do this, right?
do?
I'm a model. I'm a full-time model.
Yeah, this woman is going to get a lot of attraction. Let me tell you something, man. We got to be honest over here. Dudes will say one thing. You guys will say one thing, but on the back end, she'll show you that you gave her your phone number. She'll show me your phone number. And I'm looking at her phone and I said, well, I got his number. It's the same number. And you'll be up there saying, nah, man, she got to bow down, man. She got to understand and all that. Man, that woman ain't doing that, man. She running through Negroes. But here we go. Check it out.
I have an inclusion agency that I work for. I think it's really cool to be a part of an inclusive agency because you get to see a lot of diversity. I enjoy modeling for a cause.
That's awesome. I need to tap into your experience. I'm trying to break in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm also a huge fan of men's fashion, so oftentimes you'd see me, taking some outfit of the day pic or get ready with me videos and stuff for the gram.
Cool,
so.
that's cool.
Yeah, I enjoy creating content. It's like
I do the same.
you do as well?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I hope we follow each other by the end of the night.
Yeah, hopefully if it goes well. I'll be back in a second.
That's
Damn.
good.
So the date is going pretty well. Like I find it easy to talk to him. Also, he is very handsome. Honestly, it's his eyes. I think they're just like kind eyes.
First impressions of Michelle, she seemed very outgoing, very easy to talk to, and she's gorgeous. Welcome back. So I'm curious, if you're comfortable talking about it, how did you lose your arm?
So when I was 19, I got into this really bad car accident with like 3 other people. They were fine. I was the one that was hurt the most, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you experienced that. Was it a challenging thing for you to sort of adjust after the accident happened?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It was very challenging. Sometimes it still is. I feel like every day is like a learning experience of what, you can do. And
Yeah, and she's right-handed too, man. Can you imagine that? Now you got to learn everything with your left. You got to learn how to write. Everything. She was right-handed.
can't do. It was hard because I was a right hand dominant.
Wow.
So I had to learn how to write, I had to learn how to eat again. It was challenging, but I did it.
When you go on dates in New York, is it something?
Let me ask the chat. Let me ask you guys. Should you simp? Should you simp? I mean, if you're dating, there's issues with that individual. Like this one right here. There's issues. Maybe she's lost an arm. There's a sad story behind it. Should you compromise and simp? Put a 1 if you should simp. Put a 2 if you shouldn't simp. If you're brave enough. I mean, I know these guys, they're scared to answer that question. And should you simp? Okay, dude said no. Okay. Now I'm not gonna let you know how I feel. Go ahead. We got one. We got 2 no's. What about your heart, man? What about? We got 2 no's. I know it's a 1 in here. I know some of these dudes gonna compromise. They're gonna start doing extra. if you don't buy women like Valentine's Day, right? Oh, we know Shaka gonna simp. What's up with you, Shaka? We know he gonna simp. Look, Valentine's Day, say that ain't your thing. Say you don't buy women Valentine's. You start dating her, we coming up on February, she might even mention it. She might even mention it to you that she's, that it's been a while. And there you go. We got D'Angelo said he'll simp. Shaka said he'll simp. You see? He said for her, he'll make accommodation. He'll get her a card, the candy, the bear. And now, I know American Negro gonna simp. Look, I don't want to jump ahead of myself because I want to go over this stuff. I'm being for real though, man. I want to listen to some more of this, but anybody else would simp? Anybody else would simp in this situation? She's an attractive chick. Oh, she just lost minus an arm right here. Look right here. She got her makeup on. Come on, don't tell me I done seen dudes date. Come on. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I see what these niggas date. Don't do that. Don't do it. I see these big women, ugly women. I see these dudes. I see what these dudes date. This chick, she got a disability, but she's an attractive woman. So don't come at me with that, you wouldn't and all that. You would, and a lot of you niggas would simp. Not only would you date her, you'd simp. You'd do shit for her you don't normally do. Extra shit. And she knows that.
What you can do and can't do. It was hard because I was right hand dominant.
Wow.
So I had to learn how to write, I had to learn how to eat again. It was challenging, but I did it.
When you go on dates in New York, is it something that creates any sort of challenge?
Sometimes dating with an amputation can be a little intimidating. I feel like some people are just kind of like ignorant to the fact. I'll be thinking like they have to like help me all the time or something like that, One of the main misconceptions is that we are limited to what we can do and that we're constantly in need of some sort of help. You kind of feel like
you need to come out to the South, man. They're not passive. They treat you just like the regular women treat you. They'll reject you in a minute, man, coming over there with that weak game or whatever. You ain't talking about nothing. They'll reject you, man. That's the assumption is that the woman is compromised. That's the assumption. They're not. They're not compromised, man. But we're going to get to that. We're going to play this right now.
You're kind of a burden to them. How do you feel about like dating someone who has like a disability or an indifference?
He said big and ugly is different than physically disabled, missing a limb or handicap. So you hold up. Let me say, would you go if a woman is big and ugly versus a woman who might have like her, she's missing an arm? Who would you opt for? Put a 1 for the big and ugly. Obviously a 2 for the other. Perhaps a chick with issues, but she's not. She's pretty. She's in shape. She just simply has a disability. Look at that 1. Okay, Dave said he'll take the big and ugly. Okay. Yeah, for some people, that's a bridge too far. For some people, some people ain't ready for it. That's not, and we're going to get into that too. He's going to talk about that. Are you ready for it? Because, are you ready to be in a relationship with someone who's disabled? What kind of man are you? Now, conventional wisdom is, it don't matter. You the same no matter. You're the same dude, no matter what. Look, reach down there and hit the like, man. Now, I hate to say it like that because it sounds so cruel, man, but it don't matter, man. If you a playboy, If you pump and dump, should you amend your game because there's some issue with her? Damn, I don't even know how to answer that, man. I do know how to answer it. I don't know if people ready for it. I don't know if people ready for it, man. I don't know. Well, we'll keep going, man. We're gonna let that question hang out there.
It's not something that I've ever done before. Obviously, because I've grown up a certain way, you have what your expectations are with somebody, whether that's the physical attributes, what they look like, etc. So I'd be lying if I said I didn't have like preferences. But at the same time, I'm having a fantastic time sort of having conversations with you. And
I agree. I like that I'm able to talk to you and be more open. Sometimes it could be taboo for some people.
Right.
Or sometimes they just go right into it. I've had people like see me and they're like, whoa, what happened to your arm? And I'm like,
what happened to your brain?
like, right. Do you like kids?
I love children. Yeah. I don't have any of mine.
I have a son.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. How old is he?
He's 8.
You see that? She a baby mom. See, y'all, you know what? I can end the stream right now. You see what I'm talking about? Y'all y'all coming in here with the simping, with the compromising. That woman is a baby mama. She's a baby mama. And y'all coming in here with all of that old feel sorry for her. You know what? Y'all need to wake up off that shit, man. Yeah. Y'all nigga that big red. Yeah. Look at it though. What's up with you though? I keep trying. We got to stop playing these games, man. This woman right here, I see what these niggas date. Hey, Jasmine, I see who they be dating, Jasmine. I see who they be taking out, man. Come on, man. This woman, look, I ain't trying. Hey, man, I see who these niggas be married to, man. I see these big women they be married to. These mildly attractive females they be married to. I see that. This chick over here got her baby. I said, these niggas done put a baby in this chick, man. Y'all playing, man. Stop playing.
Do you like kids?
I love children. Yeah. I don't have any of mine.
I have a son.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. How old is he?
He's 8.
8 years old. Wow.
My last relationship that I had, it didn't end so well, but out of it, I got a beautiful son, and he is literally my rock. I love that kid so much.
I don't believe I've ever dated someone who has a son or a daughter or a child, but it hasn't been.
He trying to get out of it now. He trying to use the baby as a way to slide out of it. That's what he's trying to do.
Been by
Is that
choice.
a red flag?
No, not a red flag. Obviously, it's an experience that I would, at some time in my life, would love to have, to share with someone. So whoever I'm with, if they end up having a child, they just have a one-up on me because they've experienced it before me. So.
It's already a no for him, brother, right there.
So what's your sign?
My sign? Oh, God, we've gotten to that. I actually have a birthday coming up on Saturday. Yeah.
So you're a Leo.
What's your sign?
A Scorpio.
Oh, Scorpios are the worst. Just kidding. So you think we're
think they're
compatible?
similar. I'm also very excited.
Okay, damn, hold up. We might go ahead of this, hold up.
Fantastic time sort of having conversations with you. And
I agree.
Yeah, if you're on a date, man, and you answer a question and within 3 minutes they end the date, you answered that question wrong. And I got it. Look, I applaud her honesty, but maybe I think he's using that to get out of the date. She got a dude in the chat box. He open.
Obviously, because I've grown up a certain way, you have what your expectations are with somebody, whether that's the physical attributes, what they look like, etc. So I'd be lying if I said I didn't have like preferences. But at the same,
I don't know, man. I disagree. An arm. I mean, how much? Who? She's missing an arm, and you care. Why would you care about an arm? Plus, she's made the adjustment. She does her makeup, cooks for herself, does that stuff. And guess what? If you with a woman, you're a woman, you're going to have to help her anyhow. Whether she has one arm or two, You're gonna have to help. You're gonna be. She's not gonna be picking shit up from the truck, taking it into the house. She's not gonna be pulling the trash out. She's not gonna be out there mending fences and putting on roof tiles. So really, what I'm saying, and like I said, the key thing is that she's self-sufficient. So certain aspects of her life, you don't have to even worry about that. You have nothing to worry about. Healthy, she's capable of having other kids. I think that the approach you got to have, though, don't go into it with a settlement type mentality. Don't go into that. Don't do that. If you do that, it ain't gonna work anyhow. If you go into a relationship like that with a woman like this, where you feel like you compromising and you feel like, hey, I'm doing you a favor, it ain't gonna work, because they're really not any different than modern women, just like them. You see, she got a baby already. They just like them. You think because they're missing a limb that why would they be different? Now, she may, on her side of the fence, be encountering less attention from men. Well, okay.
Time. I'm having a fantastic time sort of having conversations with you. And
I agree. I like that I'm able to talk to you and be more open. Sometimes it could be taboo for some people.
Right.
Or sometimes they just go right into it. I've had people like see me and they're like, whoa, what happened to your arm? And I'm like,
and what happened to your brain?
like, right.
Oh, let me go back. Let's go back. I'm gonna show you this. Okay, right here. Okay, right here. Right here. Hold up. Okay. Right there. Hold up. Right here.
See a lot of diversity. I enjoy.
Who in the chat would take her out? Who in the chat box would say, hey, I'll go out with her a couple of times. She got a kid. I seen her on TikTok. She's okay. Also, with that in mind, I see what these niggas be out here lying. I see who they be dating. I see they baby mama. I saw that nigga baby, man. That man baby mama ate up, man. She ate up. So who else? We got one guy. I know Dave Wood. Dave Wood, that's it? Just Dave? That's it? That's the only person? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. See, this is what I'm saying. You niggas won't tell the truth. If I took that woman to a party, you niggas would be all reserved and you ain't interested. And then when that woman, if I looked at her phone after the night, all you niggas' numbers would be in there. See, y'all niggas y'all just want to do it under the cup. Y'all want to do it behind, outside the lights. On some late night lover shit. That's what y'all want to do. I see on that when you say she has to give up the box off rip. This is the problem with this is the problem with that situation. They don't want to be compromised. I understand what you're saying, but you got to understand, they understand what you're saying. They're looking at you thinking, I'll drop it right now. I'll drop the link right now. They're looking at you thinking, oh, you want me, if I had both, if I had a disability, you willing to date, court me, but because I got this disability, you want me to get a thing up and be something that I'm not, or act a certain kind of way. And I don't understand. You guys don't understand. It don't work that way, man. And the same thing go for the guys. Just because a guy lose a leg or something like that, he don't mean he gonna be tricking. It don't. If that ain't been his thing, that ain't never been his thing, and he gets something happen to him, something happened to him, that don't mean he gonna start tricking. That ain't his thing. Well, hey man, what about your leg though? What about my leg? It's a mindset, brother. It's up here. It's always up here. And if you know what, and I know niggas like that. If you a real nigga, you still at the bitch. You got one leg, but you at the bitch. You still asking niggas to move out the way if you in the chair. There we go. Look at him. He said he's disabled. You still got to be out there, man. You still got to be out there talking shit, swallowing spit, not caring. You got to be out there, man. If this is too much for you, and see, that's what I'm saying. It's a mental thing. A lot women like her, actually, I wouldn't have no problem with her because she got the right mindset. A lot of these women don't have no mind. Their mind is messed up. They weak. She's strong, bro. She learned how to use her other hand. She ain't bitter. She a baby mom, but she ain't out here hating on men. See, if I'm looking at that, I'd be like, yo, I like this right here, man. She got the proper mind. Her mind's right.
Whoa, what happened to your arms? And I'm like,
And what happened to your brain?
like, right. Do you like kids?
I love children. Yeah. I don't have any of mine.
I have a son.
You do?
Yeah, I
Oh,
do.
that's awesome. How old is he?
He's 8.
8 years old. Wow.
My last relationship that I had, it didn't end so well, but out of it, I got a beautiful son, and he is literally my rock. I love that kid so much.
I don't believe I've ever dated someone who has a son or a daughter or a child, but it hasn't been by
Is that
choice.
a red flag?
No, not a red flag. Obviously, it's an experience that I would, at some time in my life.
And let me say this. If it's a red flag, you got to tell her. See, all of this walking on eggshells, that's not good. We still live in the real world. People really don't care. People don't care. If I got one leg, women don't care if I got one leg. If they like me, they like me. But they still expect me to be a man. They expect me to do the things that they want men to do. They're not going to turn around and say, I'm finna go outside and do all this stuff. I'm finna go rake the leaves in the yard. I'm going to go fix the roof. Nah, man. If you choose to be a man, you got to be a man. You got to do it. You got to figure out how to do it. If you got to have some apparatuses and stuff like that, then you got to put that on. That's what I'm saying. So, in my opinion, he's not telling the truth. And see, that's the worst thing you can do to somebody that's disabled. You got to tell the truth, man. Just tell her the truth. Say, hey, look, I'm not feeling the kid, and really, I'm not, really feeling your disability, but you're good people. And then, and go your separate ways. Don't bullshit. And that's what these Negroes do. And that's what a lot of these women do. You beat around the bush and you make things worse because the person don't even know what the problem was. Well, why did they ghost me? They don't even know because you want to feel good and say, well, I ain't gonna say. Was it my haircut?
Would love to have to share with someone. So whoever I'm with, if they end up having a child, they just have a one-up on me because they've experienced it before me. So,
So what's your sign?
my sign, oh God, we've gotten to that. I actually have a birthday coming up on Saturday. Yeah.
So you're a Leo.
What's your sign?
A Scorpio.
Oh, Scorpios are the worst.
Actually, she needs to hear that because that's reality. I mean, to be good or earn that, you got to earn that. He said, Scorpio, you can't hold. And see, in families where the parent, and you can say whatever black people, the parents don't intervene with the kids, and the kids fight, and they check each other. Those individuals grow up and be fully functional when they become adults, because their whole life they've always been called out and they built up a tough skin, and they're able to deal with people. And a lot of people in the chat, I'm looking at niggas in the chat, they losing their mind that he said, like you. And see, you niggas would never criticize her. And you niggas would go straight to the tricking. That's another thing. You niggas would go straight to the tricking. The minute they pull that leg off, you niggas running right down there back to the tricking. You niggas sitting around there in a wheelchair on a hoe track. And then trying to tell real niggas that make it okay. Nigga, that don't make it okay, nigga. How that make it okay? That don't make it okay. What's up with you, Dave?
Hey, Plat, how's everything?
What's up?
So, Plat, I'm the same dude from the chat. Like I was commenting in the chat, and I've come on your platform numerous times before, so you might have recognized my voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm taking a look at this broadcast, and I stand on everything I said in the chat. Basically, like she has too many negatives. Okay, so first we got the disability, then we learning later on
Hold up, Dave.
she has
Dave. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go. My fault, Dave. I'm interrupting. But I'm gonna ban this dude. You got a lot of nerve, buddy. You got a lot of nerve, buddy. I'll trick with her. I just want half off.
Someone wrote that in the chat?
Yeah. How dare you, buddy? You got a lot of nerve. Go ahead.
Oh, Dave. Man. Yeah, so she has a lot of negatives, Plat. Because first we're learning about we see the disability. Then now we're seeing that she has a child. So she's a single mother. And now so a dude has to come and basically he has to accept all of this? Like off the rip? You know what I mean?
I mean, that's what you get.
Like there's so many women that don't have disabilities, and on top of that, not a single mother.
Okay, hold up.
Yeah,
are you on a date? Are you on a date with those women?
At the moment, like
who is that guy right there? Who's he dating?
Yeah, he's on a date with her. Yeah,
okay, he's on a date with her. So what? That don't. I mean, for a guy to say, I want a woman who doesn't have a disability, and I want a woman who doesn't have a kid. Well, why are you on a date with her?
But keep in mind, Pat, it's a blind date, though. He didn't know all of this.
Okay, I'll let you have that one.
Yeah.
But as far as her facial beauty, right? Okay, Dave, what do you need from a woman?
Okay, so that's a great question, Pat. Thank you for asking me that. I need her to be core things. Like, first of all, obviously, I need her to have a beautiful face, a beautiful body. But I also need her to be, a caring person. I need to have her to have a good personality, cook, clean, possibly be a good mother to my future children. So a host of things.
Okay, so let's grant. Look, I'm sorry, maybe you disagree. I think she's attractive. She's thin. Okay, those two things she has. She's missing an arm. And actually, I'm an arm guy. You guys, if you listen to my streams, I like arms. I like them on the rather, larger female. I like that. I'm attracted to that little hang. So that would be an issue with me, because I want them both. I don't want one. I want both of them. But forget that. Forget that. Forget that.
So if you're on a date with her, like that guy, I give a lot of respect to him because my jaw would have dropped. I would have been so immature. Like I would be like, what? He's coming on like very respectful, very humble. Like, cause I know our jaws would have dropped. Like,
I wouldn't have done all that, man. She all right. But the thing about it is, what do you want? What do you want out of your woman? And hey, man, look, I'm just different, man. I look at her. This is life. Called life, man. It's life's never been fair. If that's your old lady, she got one arm from the results of an accident she was in. She got a kid. You know what? To be honest with you, no. And this is what I'm saying. I would tell her up front. I'm more concerned with the kid because I'm not necessarily want to deal with a baby mama. Oh, I'm fine.
Platt, you're mixing a whole bunch of things up. Okay, you just said that, let's say if she's your lady, if she has a disability, that's different. Now that's a whole nother situation where, let's say you date someone, you got married to someone per se, and she ended up getting a disability. Yeah, you stay with your lady. You don't leave because of that.
No,
But
I'm
we're talking
saying,
about off the bat, though. Like you just met her yesterday and you have to accept all this. That's a different story.
well, what if the regular women ain't messing with you like that? What if you ain't really doing numbers with regular women? Yeah, you get one every now and then, but for the most part, you get 9 no's before you get 1 yes. And then you got to wash, rinse, repeat. 9 no's, 1 yes. 9 no's, 1 yes. 9 no's, 1 yes.
Well, okay, if
Maybe
you're a dude, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off, Platt.
no,
Go ahead.
no. What I'm trying to say is, are you in a position to be saying what you want? Like, are you out there to be, saying, okay, I don't want no kids. I want her to not have a disability. I want her to be just like, because those women ain't fucking with you. But hold up, before you answer that, let me say this. They don't really want guys like, let me tell you, I'm telling you up front, they don't want guys like that. They don't want loser guys. That's what guys assume that somehow, okay, she is different. Okay, this is a modern woman. She wants the 6 feet, 6 inches, 6 figures. Even though she ain't got no arm, she still want that. They don't like a loser guy, a guy who say, okay, I'm gonna compromise and be with her. They don't like no guy like that.
A lady like that, listen, if I'm that guy, Platt, and I go on a date with her, again, like I said in the chat, 100% cooperation, 100%.
Dave, you got a quarter.
Okay, I'll still be respectful. I'll be gentleman-like, but again, 100% cooperation, and I gotta smash. Gotta smash on the first date, Platt.
Okay, is that the normal way it goes?
To be honest, if it's a woman who doesn't have a disability and doesn't have a child on top of that, I'll give you some leeway. I'm like, okay, it doesn't have to be the first date.
And see, that's what my whole point with the thing. You gotta, if you a pump and dump guy, if that's your game, you gotta pump and dump her, man. You can't compromise because of her situation, because they're still living in the real world, man. And guess what? People's hearts get broke, man. Dave, a woman will break your heart right now. Break that motherfucker in two. It's called life, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
But my heart can't get broken by a lady like that, no, Platt. I'm sorry. I know that sounds arrogant. My heart can't get broken from a lady like that. A lady like that should be happy that I'm in her life. But she should worship me, Platt. That's my opinion.
No, I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying you got the wrong attitude, brother, because what I'm saying is, what you got to understand is this. You cannot deal with her any different than you deal with other women. Okay, and that sounds...
But she's different than other women. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry about that.
That sounds savage. That sounds wrong. But actually, you're doing her a favor. I know it sounds crazy. Platt, that's insane. You're doing her a favor because you know what? That's the way the world is, man. People get their heart broke. People get lied to. People get used. People get pumped and dumped. And you look at her and say, yeah, I know your situation. You have an issue, but still, you're still a woman out here, and these are still dudes out here. And if they don't size you up, they're gonna do you this way. So you got to be careful who you giving your thing up to, because you say, okay, I'm gonna give it up to all these, then she gonna get used. She gonna get run through. Now you follow me now?
I see what you mean, but again, I'm not trying to be heartless, Platt. But that like you keep saying, this is the world we live in. Well, Platt, that's the world we live in. She has to compensate. I'm not trying to be heartless. I'm just telling you what it is. Every dude who goes on a date with her, 100% cooperation. She gotta smash on the first date. If it's gonna go somewhere, like she doesn't get any leeway. And then she got a kid on top of that, Platt. So she's a single mother. Platt, come on.
I don't know what you mean. A lot of women are single moms.
Yeah, but she's a single mom with a disability. she has multiple negatives.
But this,
You know, like,
well, you know what? If I was to say she should compromise, I'm being for real. If I was to say that, I would be living in the dream world. Bruh, she's not gonna compromise. She ain't no different than regular. She got some issues. That woman ain't gonna compromise. She gonna be, if you went somewhere, I'm talking about like she's an attractive woman. So she gonna attract attention. A lot of dudes just want to smash. That woman gonna be turning dudes down. You can sit there and watch her do it. That's what I'm saying. You think, okay, man, and then you gotta also remember, she's a baby mom. You ain't the only dude that got in her face. She done had plenty of dudes hop in her face.
Mhm.
So she still, and what about her sisters? I'll tell you that right now. What about her family? I'm telling you, her family gonna tell her, fuck these niggas. Charge these niggas. They gonna promote that. And don't let her mom be, oh man. Yeah, the guy in the chat said it was just an arm. So he's like, what's the difference? Treat it like, yeah. And I seen what these niggas date though. That's why niggas, y'all, a lot of these niggas just in the chat box talking. I seen what you niggas date. I seen what you niggas marry. You know what I'm talking about, Dave.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of niggas talking about going overseas. You got niggas over here running around here. They gotta learn. They learning Portuguese. Come on, man. Look, shout out to Do Business to $10 holler. Y'all be tripping. You got a whole movement over here, the passport bro movement. Niggas going over to foreign countries. You telling me a chick who lost an arm is a bridge too far? Come on, man.
Okay. So in terms of for me, Plato, I'm not saying I wouldn't date her. Okay, my point is that she just has to be 100%, cooperative, like on all cylinders. Like I can't have no problems with her. You know, so
Okay. You can dream.
that's me.
She's not perfect, brother.
Like she can't have no arrogance about her, Plat. Like no, like she can't. She like I'm not saying she can't have high self-esteem, but she gotta come humble. She gotta come humble, Plat, with me. I'm sorry.
You're dreaming, brother. How old is her child? 8. You dreaming, brother. No, I'm just telling you, you're dreaming because she's still a young lady. She's on TikTok. She says she's a model. She got dudes all up in her DMs. She's not gonna look at herself and she's got to settle. And then you got, female content creators, and they beat that in the head so that supporters never settle. That woman ain't gonna settle, man. So if you date her, you gotta treat her like you would any other woman. But
I'm not doing that. See.
Yeah, you can't see that's for it'd be a bad move for you because you look at her and you say, okay, I'm gonna do less for her because she's got some problems. So that ain't gonna work. That's not gonna work, man. Now, talking to women, right? You talk to them. Your conversation, your communication, you talk to them based on their level. Treating them, you got to treat them all the same, man. You got to treat them all the same. Now, I don't know what you are. If you are a bad guy or whatever, you probably shouldn't even be dating. But if you're a Mac, man, you're a Mac. And if she want to fuck with you, she got to deal with all of it. The good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? This is the way it goes. That's up to her. That's up to her. All of that, okay, she gonna compromise for me. Well, you can get that. You can get more attention from a straight woman. I mean, from a woman with with everything, a woman who won't have nothing wrong with her, than a woman like some of these women. It depends on what they look like. Arrogance and all that come with it. Sometimes people come to us from different positions and we had to make up our mind. Now, for you, Dave, to me, that's a no. You're not interested. That's one date. That's a quick date, and you thank her, and then you out of there.
No, don't paint me like that though, Flat. It's like we could do the date again if she comes humble, and I'm like, wow, I think I could work with this one. Then we can do a second or third date. But again, 100% cooperative. We gotta smash on the first date, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I wouldn't write her off immediately. Like if she has a really great personality, and she, if she's someone who I could work with, but then yeah, we can continue seeing each other. But she has to come humble. Flat. She has two negatives. Talking about disability and the single mother on top of the disability. Like let's say hypothetically, Pat, I was a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I'm a millionaire. I have all these options because you make it seem like okay, these dudes out here they're not getting none like no quality check, and that might be true. But let's say what about the millionaire dude who has a lot of options? He should settle for this. Basically, is what you're saying.
Well, no, if he's interested, yeah, he got to still deal with her. Okay, you look at Stefan Diggs, right? If Stefan dated her, he got to treat her just like he treat all them Insta models. Why should she get less because she's got a disability?
I see your point. I see.
And you see the way you look at it, and this is what you got to understand. This is a grown woman, and she already got a baby. She probably date more than you do. She probably very active in her social life, much more active. Like this dude right here, he ain't got no kids. He ain't in no relationship. She done been there, done that a couple of times. We gotta stop lying, man. A lot of dudes be in these women's DMs. If they're and I've seen it done to men. I saw it firsthand. I seen a guy. I seen a man. He was from Seattle. He got hurt doing wheelchair basketball. That man came to that hospital. That man came to the hospital. Them black women lost their ever loving mind on him. He had green eyes. He, like the El DeBarge type hair. He was in shape from, his arms. He had the big biceps from pushing that chair. And they, them women was running behind him. Man, I had worked there like 6 months. Man, I've seen so many dudes sit in that wheelchair. They be sitting in that little, that little space between two. You got two doors. They family or whatever drop them off, and they'll be in that second door. They'll sit there almost an hour before somebody come in there and help them and push their chair and take them where they need to go. They never do that. I'm saying, man, 90% of the time, they don't want to push nobody where they got to go. That dude showed up. It was 3, 4 females in his face. I saw them women break themselves. I was just looking at them, shaking my head, saying, look at these motherfuckers. They acted a fool over that dude. Look at his eyes. And here come another woman. She coming down here. Where you coming from? She coming from optometry. She's coming from dental. They was calling each other. Them women was coming out of nowhere to I don't know what they were doing. I just saw what they did. And he was in a wheelchair, man. He was in a wheelchair. So you're saying all this compromise. He didn't have to compromise nothing. He was a married man. Now, he told me that. I don't know if he told the women that. But what I'm saying, he lived in Seattle. What I'm saying is those women, they would have broke their necks to be with him. So what's all this compromise stuff you're talking about? Go ahead, twin.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, twin.
I was gonna say, yeah, she could get it.
Uh-oh.
I wouldn't discriminate on that.
You serve up?
Yeah, I wouldn't be discriminating. She could get it. I mean, if everybody going after baby mamas, why not her?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing.
Let me ask you this, twin. The last couple of women you've been with, did you dog them out?
Well, that was my wife, but yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, I cheated behind her back. Yeah.
Okay, so you cheated. Would you do that to her?
No, I'm a changed man.
Oh no. See, that's what I'm saying. This is what we talking about. You got to be the same dude, man. Yeah. See, that's the problem. We talk about dating. This, man. If you a playboy, if you a heartbreaker, you got to be a heartbreaker with them too. See, but I don't believe. See, I think you are. Why are we afraid to admit the truth? Like, why don't we say, "Hey, man, I get with these chicks and I still smash behind the scenes." Okay, so what? She's disabled, and I'm still smashing. Oh man, you broke her heart. What about it? Life goes on. And I'm telling you, in the end, that woman will thank you for that because you know what? She's still in the real world, man. We got to stop playing this game, man. And that goes down to the tricking. Not you, Dave, or whatever, not you guys. But let me tell you something. I'm gonna put it on me. If I go out here and something happened to me and I done lost my leg, and I'm up here talking about I'm having a hard time with women, and I'm down there on the whole track tricking, am I right or wrong? If we all agree as men that tricking shit, fuck that. Am I right or wrong? I'm in a chair. I'm in a wheelchair. I'm down there on the whole track tricking. Am I right or wrong?
Mm.
Twin.
Well, I'll let Twin go. If he's still
Yeah, I don't
there.
know what he do. Go ahead, Dave.
I was gonna say, men, it's still different in terms of the different gender dynamic. So you having a disability is way different than a young female having a disability. How you're looked at is different, you know, because let's say a woman might not look at you for the physical Platt. She might be like, okay, well, Platt's a millionaire. I'll ride with him because of his money. Versus a man is not really looking for like resources from a lady, 9 times out of 10. He's really looking at, oh, is she cute in the face, she pretty body, stuff like that. So already her body is not what you want it to be ideally. So that's a strike right there.
Oh, who her? You think she got a
Yeah.
bad? No, she ain't shape.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean she's in shape, but I'm just saying like part of the arm part of her body, like that she's missing the
Oh,
arm
that
Platt.
part. Okay, my fault.
you know.
Is the glass half empty or half full?
Well, I say half full. I'm a positive guy.
Okay, so why you care about her arm? And hold up, in addition to that, you can't turn around and you not getting no real play from the women with two arms, and then you date a woman with a disability, and all of a sudden you want her to give you the things you can't even get with the women who don't have a disability. What I'm saying, you don't have to compromise. If you're a heartbreaker, you're a heartbreaker, but still, are you being fair? And it's called life, man. In other words, look, you go on a date with her, she got one arm, okay. And you know what? This is the thing. You turn around and tell your friends, you tell your family, you say, you know what? And you know what? She do the same thing I ask the other women to do. You understand that? Yeah, she got one arm, but you know what? She do everything I ask her to do, like I do with these women with 3, 4, 2 arms. And I don't trick for nobody. So guess what? She ain't getting shit from me. That's how you stand on that shit. That's how you stand on it. That's what's wrong. You niggas scared to stand on it. She a baby mama. You don't date baby mamas. You tell her up front. You say, I ain't got no problem with your disability. I just don't do the baby mama thing. Oh, my baby gonna be over my grandmama's house. My grandmama watch my baby 90% of the time. 90%, yeah. Only see my babies on Saturday. Okay. Okay, we can do something. I just want to let you know because I don't have the time, man. I got my own kids. I don't have the time. and then we just might be together for a year, and then the kid, make me feel bad. I don't like to hurt kids. I don't hurt the kid because now, you know, Uncle Dave ain't in his life no more. At the end of the day, man, it comes down to what kind of man are you, and what are you trying to do out here, man. And I'm gonna say this again. I seen who you niggas date. See, you niggas can't say you won't date her. I seen who you married to. I've seen your baby mama.
But the problem though, Platt, you keep using these example of men who are on the lower scale. What about what about the mid-tier scale or the higher scale man? Is
Well,
that who he has to settle for?
that's up to him though. You keep saying if he wants to date her, if he's interested in her and he's got a lot of money, he can date her. But see, you keep thinking that just because a dude got a lot of money, she's gonna lay down her self-respect and all that's gonna go out the window. It's not.
I mean, I'm not saying she has to be a pushover, Platt, but she can't come arrogant too. A lady like that, Platt, like she got to come 100% cooperation to platinum elite. Like I
No,
can't see a lady like that you tolerating. Like and like you give a little leeway to like a really bad chick with 2 arms, but a one chick on with a child,
well,
probably you gonna cuss her out. That if she come,
I probably
she
would
come
never meet
crazy.
a kid. I probably would never meet a kid, but as far as her having one arm, I ain't got no problem with that.
And
I
some
don't
people
know.
in the chat they cooking me. They're saying I'm a bad man. All right, say what you want.
And I'll be for real. Her, the way she looked,
Mhm.
a lot of niggas wouldn't be able to say nothing to me. Cause I know who they date. I see who they date. I see these unattractive women that they get married to, that they have babies with. They got to be quiet. But see, I already know that woman here, if that woman comes to the South, I don't know where she is. She come to the South, she gonna get a lot of attention, even with that baby.
Oh, I believe it because she's extremely attractive. I'll give her that. She better keep those looks up. That's a lady who cannot fall off in the looks department at all, Platt. She cannot fall off in the looks department
Well,
whatsoever.
and she's fertile, so you can you get you a couple of kids, and she's taking care of herself, right? So she's got her hair together. She's real big on that. She got her makeup together.
If I'm her, this is what I'm doing. This is my advice to females who are in her same predicament. Okay, I would try to find a guy who comes from a good family, who treats you right. He doesn't have to make a lot of money, just a good income for you and him and your child, and latch onto him. Like be the perfect lady for him. Like, don't try to play the dating field. Don't try to think, oh, I could find the top tier guy of guys. No, find a decent guy who treats you well, has a good income, settle down, and get out the dating game. Get out ASAP for
Well,
ladies in her predicament.
technically, if you want to be honest,
Mhm.
and she could tell that guy sitting across the table from her, technically, because we know what is sex for. Sex is to produce kids.
Mhm.
Man has turned it into something about pleasure, right? Sex is for one thing, to produce offspring.
Mhm.
That's what sex is for. She already got a kid. So technically, she don't never have to have sex again for the rest of her life. If you think about it, I know people don't want to think about, but if you think about it that way, yeah, okay, she want a husband, she want a man, okay. But as far as kids or really sex, she don't have to worry about that. She's already achieved, and she did with one arm. She achieved something that a lot of women with 2 arms can't achieve.
Actually, I don't know if they mentioned that during the date. Did she have the kid? Which is not that important, but I'm just curious. Did she have the kid after she lost the arm or before she lost the arm?
I don't know. She did say 8 years, which do make you wonder because she don't look. What she look about 25?
Yeah,
Yeah, and the kid's 8.
8, she's probably 25. So, and she never mentioned what time period she lost the arm. So it's like still hard to gauge. But it's cool.
Like the stream, man.
So you think
I
we're
think they're
compatible?
similar
When is your birthday?
on Halloween.
Oh my goodness. Are you always in some sort of costume?
I am.
Wow, every year.
Every year.
Fun fact, Halloween is my least favorite holiday.
Oh my God. Can we end this right now?
A lot of Nigerians are quite superstitious, especially when people are, dressing up like witches.
First of all, Nigerians are huge with that stuff, okay? I'm constantly getting DMs from somebody from Nigeria trying to cast a love spell.
No way.
For me.
I can neither confirm nor deny that. I've had a fantastic time.
Me too.
Getting to know you, and I've been laughing the whole time.
Good, I like that.
You're actually really funny. Have people told you that?
Yeah.
You want to head out?
Yeah.
After you.
How do you think the date went?
I think it went really well. It was a lot of fun.
The date went really well. I found myself laughing almost the entire time.
Prince didn't mention my arm until later on in our conversation. I think that the way that he approached it was very respectful.
Hearing exactly what she went through, I think that's just, really inspirational that she's able to continue living at the top of her game. There's some of the things that she said about the mystical and supernatural.
I like anything that has to do with witches and like all that mystical stuff.
That's why you like Halloween. It's kind of a little bit creepy.
Prince does not like the things that I'm into. But I feel like if we do hit it off really well, I will convince him that it's literally life.
I would definitely like to see Michelle again.
So she ain't letting that stop her, bro. Like, share, support, man. Like, share, support. We got the join link posted, man.
I would have ended the date when she said something. I didn't like what she said. When she fake joked, it was kind of like a little joke that when she said, okay, let's end this right now, or whatever. Ha ha ha. I would have been like, what, B? How dare you? You one arm.
A lot of time, what you got to understand is the type of women you're talking about.
Yeah.
They're probably not going to be on dates. You're talking about women who've given up and they just capitulated and said, hey, my situation is too much for me to handle. I'll take anything I can get. They're probably, once they come out to surgery or whatever, they'll probably going back to their baby daddy or whatever problem was in their life. But someone who's actively dating, they still gonna be dating just like the regular women date.
All right, so let's flip this a little bit, Platt. Let's pretend the dude walked in with one arm. Let's pretend the lady had two arms. How do you think he would have been received? How do you think the date would have went?
Well, I don't think it would have went any different.
I think it would have went different, Platt. I think she would have written him off. I think she would have got an attitude, and she would have acted like she was better than him. I'm sorry. I'm
okay, so you think the lack of an arm changes that?
I think he was more humble than she would have been in the same situation if the shoe was on the other foot. And part of the reason why I think he was humble because as the man you gotta be, like you can't be a jerk. Like you gotta be respectful. Be nice to the female, whatever. These women have no niceness about them anymore when dealing with dudes. She would have got an attitude, acted like she was better. It would have been a whole different dynamic. I'm sorry. I know it's a lot to judge on her because we don't know her personally. But I think for the average female, they would have treated that dude like very shitty. I'm sorry.
Let me pull this up. We got another one. Hold up. Let me get to this. I disagree, man. I think that you treat them all the same. I think you hold the kid against her.
I'm a queen.
I think you hold that against her and you let her know that. But as far as you thinking she gonna compromise, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that any more than what you see right now. Here we go, right here. Fair use, fair use. Here we go.
Been the best being in a wheelchair. It causes a lot of men to feel insecure. They always see my disability as a deal breaker, but it's an advantage, honestly. But who doesn't want accessible parking? I mean, you up close to the store. I'm really comfortable with who I am, and I'm okay with just showcasing my chair. I call it my rolling throne. I'm a queen on wheels. What's going through my mind right now is a lot. I'm very nervous, kind of wondering how he looks and wondering to expect about the date.
My name is Ken Lewis. I am a senior accountant. What I'm hoping for out of the date is just a good experience, just building relationships, maybe networking, maybe finding a sweetheart.
Oh, hi.
How are you now?
I'm good. How about you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Ken.
Oh, nice to meet you. My name is Nyla.
I'm get situated right here.
It would turn me off if he reacts negative about me being disabled or that he's trying to make it awkward.
So what do you usually do for fun?
Before the whole COVID, I used to like to travel around a little bit in the U.S., so yeah. But I'll apply for my passport so I can be able to travel outside the U.S.
Oh, she's trying to get stamps out there, okay.
What about you?
I'm actually traveling to Colorado this weekend.
Oh, nice.
I have a photo shoot out there. I am also a part-time model.
Oh, you model? I model too.
Oh, hey, shit.
We just got a lot in common.
I'm telling you. What kind of modeling you get into?
I'm part of the modeling agency called Between. So my first gig was Savage Fenty. Yes.
Look at her.
Yes.
Stepping out.
Yeah. So I've been doing a little bit of something.
Yeah, you doing your thing out there. Well, auto and Savage.
When I was younger, I wanted to be a fashion designer. I was like, I'm gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna be I had so many dreams. So when I got bullied, and then I had to go to therapy, and that's when I realized that I really wanted to go into psychology. I majored in psychology.
Okay.
I really want to go into counseling, but I don't know. I kind of like go with the flow type person. So I kind of just see what life takes me. I remember one guy, he came up to me, he said, you should really kill yourself because nobody don't really likes you.
Then you model, and then you about to graduate with.
Yeah, on that.
Man, that was harsh. That was harsh, man.
Yeah, if you're saying stuff like that, yeah, that's too much.
I would never say that to a lady. That's
That's ridiculous right there. But as far as her trying to date, you got to still be the same dude. See, this is the problem. If he just playing with her and being nice to her for this, right? That ain't cool. That's not cool. If he's just saying, hey, hi, this woman talking about she looking for a man. She want a dude that, is trying to, court her, get to know her, understand her.
I'm just curious. Do you, all the videos you're gonna show? Do you have any on the reverse end where the man is disabled, or all is on the female?
I don't right now. I could go
maybe on another stream. You can do it on maybe another stream.
Okay. Why you want to see the guy? You want to see the guy?
No, because people making that in the comments. People are like, I wish you could have seen.
I probably could reach out there and find one, but let me see this right here.
I might take a couple of notes. Matter of fact, we're
Okay,
gonna pen and paper.
go ahead and take a couple notes. I'm gonna run to the bathroom for a quick second. My first impression is he's really great. He can make a great conversation. I think he's taken the fact that I'm in a wheelchair very well. The fact that he's not feeling creeped out and he's very comfortable. Do you find him attractive? I do find him very attractive.
I'm back. So when you first saw me, what you thought about me, you know, being in the wheelchair?
Well, actually, your smile took me away from the wheelchair. I ain't gonna lie, since I walked in, but you know, it's my first date with anybody that had any disorder. Actually, what is your disorder?
I have a rare form of muscular dystrophy called ORIC. I'm the only one in the state of South Carolina with my disease.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and at the time of my diagnosis, I was the number 96 in the whole world to have it.
Well, let me tell you, you're rare.
Yes, I'm very rare.
You're rare. There you go. Hey, you gotta look at the bright spots, though.
Yeah, I always say I'm one in a million, so.
There you go.
I call my wheelchair my rolling throne, because, you know.
And see, the way our muscles are, right? We have to use them, right? When you can look and see the way she's sitting in that chair, how her arms are really like skinny because she don't, you know, she uses her arms, but you, and that's what I'm saying. So if you're a bodybuilder or something like that, it's really, you're going to really notice those things because our bodies are like that. We're configured that way. You say doing push-ups and sit-ups and running. Yeah, that's traditionally we don't, it's not even an option. You have to do it just to maintain your health. Because that's what our bodies are meant to run, you know, and be physical. So from that point of view with me, a woman in a chair, she's got to maintain, she got to be physical, man. She got to do it, you know, go get the therapy or whatever. She got to lift weights. She got to be in shape. She got to watch what she eats. We can deal with the chair, but she needs to be, you know, what a man deserves. Now, do I think that they're going to do? I know they're not going to do that. I know they don't care. They don't care. They don't care, man, because Negroes don't have standards. Here we go.
I'm a queen and everything. I feel like when it comes to me, people never want to try. And if they do find attraction in me, they really try to see my wheelchair as the problem, but not realizing that, you know, it doesn't have to be a problem. It's just a life thing. A lot of men are not very open-minded. They kind of have a lot of questions. They make assumptions. They want to know too much before even trying to get to know me. They'll be like, oh, can you have sex? Can you do this? Can you do all that?
First question.
And I'm like, yo, you don't even know my name.
Yeah. Before they know your name, they want to know if you can get in the bed. Yeah. No, she's telling you the truth.
That's true, though. That's true.
They want to know, can they smash? Can you smash? Okay. What's your name? And you got incels, you got dudes out here talking about women. And here you have these women right here, right? You letting them pass by, man. Platinum, I don't want those, no woman like, and they do have women overseas just like this. They do. But you should think about it before you just say no.
So I always shut guys down. I'll be like, but can you have sex, sir? I really look for someone who's very gentle. I think that's very important. I met a lot of men that was gentle, but like, I feel like they try to hide it because they want to be like masculine and strong. Like, I like a man who knows how to be gentle and knows when to be strong and understand there's a balance. How about your dating life?
Actually, I was engaged at 21.
You was engaged.
Stuff started stringing apart, and you know, and then she finally told me, okay, I wasn't ready when you asked. I just didn't want to make you sad. Split ways, and then, you know.
Yeah.
Now it's been 4 years.
Let me tell you something. If she want him, all she needs to do right now is shut up. Just shut up, let him talk. Let him spill his guts. Let him talk about the bad situation with his ex-wife. And automatically she's going to rise up higher than other women, because a lot of women ain't going to listen. They're going to give them the look and they're going to cut them off.
And then, you know.
Yeah.
Now it's been 4 years me single, so this is my first time ever being with anybody with a disorder, you know, but looking at you from right here, I can't even tell.
A disorder.
I'm telling you. When you smile, got your hair done, looking.
Oh, yes, I got to Listen.
Look at that.
This I gotta say it with my title. I call myself a disabled hottie, so period. I gotta keep up with my title.
You got to.
Yes. I don't allow my disability to define me or hold me back. I just see it as like, it just caused limitations and some challenges, but I'm just gonna jump over that and just keep going.
I love doing this again with you.
Oh yes, most definitely. I had such a great time. The date went great. He was so amazing. Thank you. We had a great conversation. His vibe was great.
Yeah, I think he just being performative, man. I think he don't want to hurt her feelings.
Yeah,
I don't think he
I
just.
got that. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna echo your sentiments. Go ahead, Platt.
No. I don't think that. I think he's being performative. I think that's what guys. I think that's where a lot of these women who happen to be disabled complain because guys won't be upfront with them, and then it's worse because then they get ghosted.
And I wish he would have used the term disability versus disorder, even though it might still be an appropriate term. But I wish he would have used that term because I know she wasn't feeling that term, the disorder. It kind of stings more than disability.
Yeah, well, you got to understand the situation, man. You got to sit back and know who you dating. Um, I'm looking at this. No, I'm looking on YouTube right now. I don't. Okay, I see a white dude. I see a white dude in a wheelchair. I don't see a black dude. I'm trying to see. There a black dude out there? Nope. Nope. I see a white dude. I see another black chick with one arm right here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and yank that down. That wouldn't take no time, about 5 seconds. But no, man. How do you date them? How do you date them? You date them like you would any other chick.
I disagree, but that's your opinion, Platt.
Mhm.
I'm on the record disagreeing.
Compromise is not good for them. You can't compromise with them. You can't look at them and think, okay, I'm gonna feel sorry for her because she's got a disability. You can't date them like that. They still want to be treated just like normal people. And pain is a part of life. Disappointment and pain, that's a part of our lives, man. We can't cut that out. You can't say, okay, I don't want her to ever suffer a heartbreak because she's disabled.
I wouldn't be the person.
That's not right, brother. Now, hold on. We got another one, right? I just pulled this down. I don't see anything on. I'll look again because I don't see anything with a brother. Because, a brother in a wheelchair or a brother, let me see. Black man.
Even if you don't, not to cut you off, but even if you don't find a brother, but even if you find like a white man, Hispanic man, Asian man, it would still be interesting because we don't have to look at it as a racial thing. We can look at it as a gender thing.
No, I saw it's a white dude right here. I got you one right here. Here we go. We're gonna do this one. It's like 5 minutes, so I don't see. It might be a black man out here, but I just don't have the time to, on the fly doing a live stream to find the content or whatever. I'm looking at this thing right here. Okay, here we go. They gave it to me because I thought they won't give it to me. Okay. Okay, got it. It's down. It's down. We're gonna play them both, right? Let's play this. We're gonna do the guy last. Let's play this woman right here. She's got one arm. And then as we watch this, you tell me if you believe Negroes who say they wouldn't smash or they wouldn't try to mess with her. Fair use, fair use. Here we go. We got the join link posted, man. We'll take your thoughts. We'll take your conversation. You have something to add. Right here, this sisterhood right here. Here she is. Comes on. Look at that. Look at that body right there. You trying to tell me niggas wouldn't hit that?
She cute. She cute. I give her that.
That's why I don't believe niggas talking about they wouldn't hit that because I don't believe niggas. I don't know why niggas can't tell the truth, bro.
But Platt, sex is still different than marry or serious relationship. So yeah, will they smash? Of course. But will they marry? Different story.
I think it's more on her though. See, this is nothing. You think the guy got all the play. I think she got all the play in a relationship.
I disagree, but okay.
You saying that. Let me ask you this. If
Yeah.
you lost your leg, right? I don't know what
Mm,
you do.
okay.
I don't. I don't know how you live your life. I don't know what you do. Say occasionally you give women money for sex, right? Say you do,
Mm,
right?
okay.
Okay, then look at a guy he don't do that. That's not what he does. That's not his thing. He don't pay for that, right? He loses a leg at the thigh. 6 months
Okay.
rehab, all that. He's noticing that it's harder for him to deal with women. Should he start tricking?
That's a that's
You
a that's a
you
tough
got back
question, Platt.
you got background noise too. It's like a TV show or something.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry about that. Hold on. Give me a minute, Platt.
All right.
It's a little better now?
Yeah, there you go. Hey, Alpha, you should hit the link, man. If you
Yeah,
got
so
the time. Yeah, hit the link because we love to hear what you got to say. He said, I date a German girl who had spina bifida in a wheelchair. She was straight. There you go. You see that, Dave? He
yeah.
that's nothing for him. You talking about they gotta compromise, they gotta change, they gotta be weak, they gotta give you sex that night. Do you get sex that night from chicks without these problems? That's what I'm
I
saying.
have. I have, Platt. I'm not gonna lie to you, I have. Not saying I got super game, but I've had my one night stands. I've smashed on the first date from women with no disabilities.
Okay, now hold up. There you go. So then I agree. If you smash on the first date with women all the time, or say 90% of the time, why give her a pass? You got to tell her that's how you move.
Okay.
Yeah, you say, hey, listen, I see what's going on here. I ain't got no problem with you. But normally, most of the time, me and the lady I'm on a date with, we go back to my place. So what you think? For all you know, man, she grabbing her stuff up saying, come on. Now, hold up. Like, share, support. We got this other right here.
I wouldn't be the person that I am today if it wasn't because of my disability. So today I'm going on a blind date. I identify as pansexual. I actually don't even know the gender of the person who's turning up, so that should be interesting. Hi! My name is Destiny Wilson. I am 20 and I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. So today, basically, I'm going on a blind date. I'm kind of looking for something long-term just because it's about to be cuddle season. So, something long-term would be nice.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Y'all niggas can say what you want. She 20 too. I know what you niggas date. They don't look like her. I see you niggas at the mall. I see you niggas at Walmart. I see you niggas showing me your baby mama showing up. She don't look like her.
But if you don't mind me asking, because you said you've seen these dudes and what they do, if you don't mind me sharing, you live in Tennessee, right? Or Midwest?
I'm in Arkansas right now.
You're in Arkansas right now. But is it fair to say though, Arkansas don't really have a lot of baddies?
No,
Like,
that would be very unfair to say.
really?
Arkansas, man. First of all, before I do that, everywhere there's good looking people, there's bad looking people everywhere.
True.
Hold on for a minute, Dave. What's up with you, Alpha?
Hey, what up, man? What's good, Platt? You hear me?
I hear you, brother.
Hey, what's happening, man? I'm in Southern California, but I'm from New Orleans, so I got a deep experience with this subject. Shout out to you, brother, for talking about this.
Okay.
Yeah, I dated a German chick I used to play sports at Georgia State University, and I dated a girl who's from Germany. She was a grad student. And this chick, man, she literally, you could take any supermodel you want, just put them in a wheelchair. That's how bad she was. She was bad, but she was born with spina bifida.
Mm-hmm.
And she had like 10 surgeries when she was a little girl,
Mm-hmm.
that just to get her to where she could stand up straight. Because she still had feeling in her legs, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't paralyzed, but she was born with spina bifida. So essentially she was wheelchair bound, but at home she could, kind of sit around and kind of do things on her legs at home, but she couldn't do it out in public. So I came up to tell you that everything you said in terms of your game got to be strong. When you deal with a chick who got a disability, that shit real as hell.
No,
I don't know why dudes think that they gonna date a chick like that and that they gonna quote unquote not have to be on tip top of their game. I'm tell you something, man. The only reason why I got that girl is because my game, that chick, she was bad, man. She was involved in like Amnesty International. She was in a whole bunch. She was a dual major. She was on full ride scholarship. You know what I'm saying? She was smart as fuck. But she had, she was in a wheelchair. And when I spit at her, go ahead.
No, not to cut you off. I apologize, brother. May I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Okay. Did she come with 100% cooperation?
No. That's what I was trying to tell you. See,
Okay.
When I ran into her in the library. I was studying in the library one day, and I looked over on my shoulder, and I seen her sitting down, but I didn't see her wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? She was at the desk typing, and I was like, damn, that bitch bad. I was just saying it to myself. So I scooted over, you know what I'm saying? And I hollered at her. I was like, yo, what's up? Where you from? I ain't never, all that shit. She gave me the number, and we set up a date. We went to see a movie on Friday. And the first shit test, as they call it, the shit test, the first test came in the movie theater. True story. She said, I'm thirsty. And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of thirsty too. We was watching the movie. And she said, I want a Coke. And right there in my head, I don't know what it was. Maybe that was the game talking to me or what. But I said in my mind, I said, if I get up and go get this girl a Coke, I'm done. Something just told me to think like that. Something told me,
right.
Don't get up. I don't know what it was. Something just told me to do it. You see what I'm saying? Because I didn't talk to her until we had the date. You know how you get the number and then you finally hook up with them? So I ain't really say too much to her until that date day. You know what I'm saying? And right there, I looked in her eyes and I said, well, why don't you go get you a Coke and get me one too? Real talk. I ain't lying, man. I put that on everything I know. Real talk. And she did it too.
And she did. She ain't say nothing when you told her that.
She ain't say. You know how Platt, and I know you know this, Platt, because you a player. I done listen to a lot of shit you talk about. You be talking about some real shit, man. You know how when a girl, they got like a different kind of face when you give them some strong game. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a smile. It's not like a frown. A woman gonna look a certain kind of way at you like, damn, that's the button. You know what I'm saying? It's right in her soul. Every man with some game know what I'm talking about. I looked in her eyes. She had green and yellow eyes. Real talk, green and yellow, man. Them shits used to be changing color on me. That girl looked at me. She gave me that look, and she got in that wheelchair, and she went and got both of us a drink. Real talk.
Let me ask you this, player, and and got you on there because I got a couple of questions for you. Do you trick right now?
I have tricked, but I'm not tricking right now. I have. I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't.
So you're not 100% against it, right?
No, I was in the military, man. The first time I tricked is when I went to South Korea. I was at Camp Humphreys. It is all men, and it is what it is, man. It's what it is.
Well, if you lost a leg, right? whatever reason, right? You down a leg right now. You're in a wheelchair. You find that dealing with women is I don't know. Let's go with the assumption it's hard, right? Might not, nothing might change, right? You find that you got a leg, and you think in your mind these women don't want you because you got one leg. Should you go and give women money, go deal with prostitutes, 304s, or should you just tighten your game up?
No, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why. I told you I came up for a reason. My homeboy, when I was in college, I was struggling with math. College algebra is a bitch. I was struggling with math, and I was not gonna graduate unless I passed that math class. I had a homeboy. His name was Chuck. His name was Charles, but no, I call him Chuck. Charles was in a wheelchair, a white dude. Real talk. He got shot. I'm not bullshit, man. I ain't making this up. He got shot at a drug deal. He used to be a white dude in the meth game. And he got shot. He changed his life around. But when he got shot, that bullet paralyzed him. And Chuck had a bad bitch. When I say he had a badass white girl when I was talking to him. Real talk. So no, I'm not up here trying to cap. I'm not giving no cap, no Disney feel good story. This is real shit, man. I know plenty of dudes, wheelchair, one leg, got something wrong with them, with a limp. I'm telling you, man, that shit. Now the only time I will say this, if some girls, it is what it is. Some women just not gonna date a man because they just not gonna date you, whether you got two legs or not, in my opinion. But in my opinion, me growing up from New Orleans, I seen more dudes who had canes, who had limps, you know what I'm saying? And they was pulling bad bitches. Real talk, man. No cap. They was pulling. I'm a millennial, man. I'm Gen Y. I'm a G.I. Joe 80s baby. And I learned from the old players, man. The old players taught me that shit when I was young. The old school players taught me, you know what I'm saying? They taught me a whole maybe shit I shouldn't have learned, but they taught me always spit at a woman. Don't ever be afraid to talk to a woman. If you're not afraid of rejection, just talk to a woman.
Well,
go ahead.
Let me ask you this, Alf. If you got 5 kids, right? You and your old lady, and one of them, I don't know, one of them is a little person, right? His legs are shorter than his brother's, arms are shorter. How do you raise them? Do you just let them kids be kids and they got to grow up? Or do you say,
let me say this.
You take
let me say this.
Hold up, they got a special program over here and he can go play with other people like him and he can grow up with other people, or you let him grow up with your boys and his sisters. You know how kids are, they fighting and stuff. You let him go through all that and grow up like with the fam. I'm listening, brother.
Okay, let me say this. All right. And let me say this. Okay, when I said I got extensive experiences, I do. My mother was born blind, man.
Damn.
Real talk. Now she can see now, but she was blind for like the first 10 years of her life. And then one day she started seeing. Real talk. My mother always had vision problem. Me, I'm 6'6". I'm 6'6", 230, man. Size 18 shoe. So I'm like the polar opposite of all this shit. Okay. But I've been around this stuff all my life. I played like 4 sports. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big man, dude. And the one thing I learned in dealing with people with disabilities, especially with fine girls who disabled, the number one thing you got to do is don't show them pity. Don't ever do that. Don't show no pity whatsoever. Don't get me wrong. Like the situation you just said with the kid who was a little person or something. Yeah, there are some physical realities of life. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. There are some physical realities of life that they just gonna have to deal with. That's just the way it goes. But in terms of dating a little woman or a woman with a disability, the number one thing you got to do is don't show them any pity. Don't show them any pity ever. That's the number one thing.
So
So
you should break their hearts just like you do non-disabled.
absolutely. 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 Look, that girl I dated, and she was the first one. That was the first girl I had ever dated with a disability ever in my whole life. I didn't date all. I had chicken heads. I done had lawyer type chicks. You know, Platinum. You a player, man. I know you done it too. It ain't. Look, man. When Plat tell y'all they all the same, they all want you to be strong in your game. That shit is real, man. I don't care how much degrees she get. I don't care how many kids she get, baby daddies, no baby daddies. They all want you to be tip top straight on your game. And that girl, with her, that same night, I told her to go get them coats. We was the last one out the theater. I never forget it. We was the last one to leave because I knew I didn't want to draw no attention. You know what I'm saying? Not like I was ashamed to be around her, but I didn't want, I didn't want no, how people is and shit like that. As we was going out the theater, there was a dude that worked at the theater that was trying to holler at her. And she told me, she said, I can't stand that motherfucker over there. And I was like, who is that? She said, when I was going to get the coats, that motherfucker was trying to holler at me. And I said, well, did you give him your number? She said, hell no. I said, why? She said, he was trying to be like extra nice to me and trying to be like, kind of like, I can't carry the coat. He was like, I'm gonna carry him back for you. And he was still trying, you so pretty. She was mad as fuck. So I was like, as I left out, she had this ugly, mean look at that dude. You know what I'm talking about? And I went home that night and told that pussy up, man. Real talk, man. Real talk. So the number one thing, don't get me wrong. That's that question you asked as far as if my kid had a disability. No, there are some truths in this world. Cause it happened with me and her. One night we got stuck on the train. You know how we was in downtown Atlanta. And I don't know at the time, I don't know now, but the train had stopped working. It was like 2:00 at night. We had went to some party or some shit. And the train stopped working. And when we got off at the stop, because she was living in like Midtown, that's like expensive, real expensive apartments and shit, man. And we got off at her stop. I was taking her to her apartment, and the elevator was broken. You know what I'm saying? The elevator was broken, and all they had was old school stairs, and them motherfuckers was deep. They was high. Okay. So I actually had to pick her up, put her on my back. I had to carry her all the way up the stairs, put her, let her sit on the bench, and then I had to go back down and get the wheelchair. So there are some real shit that you got to deal with, and you got to be ready for that. But the number one thing.
What did you do with her when you got up to the stairs? Did you you sat her down in the corner or what?
No, they had, how they got, they had like concrete benches and shit where you can sit. You know what I'm saying? In the bus station, train station, subway, they have seats in the train station. So I let her sit on the bench, and then I had to go back down and get her wheelchair, and I had to carry that shit all the way up. Yeah, shit was a motherfucker. It was a motherfucker. But that girl.
How do you do that though? Let's be for real. Checking the woman, right? Check the bitch. How do you check the bitch and she disabled? No, I'm just saying. I'm asking you to show me because I know a lot of these dudes, they ain't crossed that mark where, they can't be mean to somebody that's disabled. How do you check a bitch and she disabled?
All right, I got one for you. This is real talk. We was in I don't know if you've been to Atlanta, but Georgia State Library is huge. It's like 10 stories. If anybody know downtown GA, Georgia State, that's like a world-renowned fucking library. All right. We was on like the 9th floor. It's quiet as shit. I'm up there trying to study. She up there studying. And she was sitting next to me, and she said, she went, how you go online and you find a book? You know how you use the library and you find a book to see where a book is located? She had went on the library and she found this book that she needed. And she went around, she came back, she said, I need your help. And she said, I said, what? She said, I need your help. I need you to get a book for me. And once again, man, I don't know what it was. Once again, I don't know what it was. I don't know if that was the game or God or what. But you know how Spider-Man, my Spidey sense started going crazy, man. She said, I need you to get this book for me. It's on a shelf that I can't reach. And I looked at her again. And I said, and no lie, man, I ain't bullshit, no cap. I said, you done lost your mind. I said it just like that.
But wait, hold on, not to cut you off, brother, but like, because damn, I guess I'm a simp then, because I would have actually got the book for her. Like, what's so appalling about her asking you to get the book, given that she has a disability?
Bad move. That's a bad move, brother. I looked at her. I said, you lost your mind. I said, you done lost your mind. I said, you think I'm going to sit up here and go get a book from you? I'm going to lose my studying for you? I told her something just like that. I actually kind of got mad at it. I said, why don't you go get that librarian who getting paid to be here to help you, and he can help you get that book, and you can come back and study. That's exactly what I said, just like that. Real talk. And you know what she did? She did the same look she did when that coat came up. The same look, the exact same look. She went and got that librarian, and she got him to get that book. She had him carry the book all the way to the desk. And I was still sitting down, and that motherfucker looked at me like something was wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He looking at me like, damn, what's wrong with you, dude? You can't do this for her? And she sat down and looked at me and gave me that look. And I'm not lying, God, on everything I know. About 30 minutes passed.
Mm-hmm.
I was studying. She said, I need you to play with me. Real talk, real talk. She said, I need you to play with me. I said, what? I said, girl, what's wrong with you? She said, I want you to play with me. I'm tired of this studying shit. I need you to play with me. And Lord behold, we did some things in that library. So that's all I'm gonna say on that. Real talk.
So somebody in the chat said cat.
That ain't no cap. That ain't no cap.
Oh man.
That is not no cap. Real talk, dude. I'm telling you, she sat up.
And hold on, and the nigga in the chat box, he's a good nigga like that. He wouldn't understand where you're going with it. I get where you're going though, bro. Because a lot of women they triggered when they man is like you standing on it and ain't compromising them, and they that makes them get in the mood and stuff. But this dude's a good guy. He wouldn't understand.
You know what she said, Platt? And I just thought about it. You know what she said? Mm-hmm. After that happened, she looked at me and she said, you gotta be nice to me. She said it just like that. And I was like, and I said, what you said? She said, you got to be nice to me. She like, the librarian man said, I was supposed to be nice. You got to be nice to me. And I said, where's the rule in the library that says that? And I told her just like that. I said, where's the rule that says I got to be nice to you? I said, you ain't being nice to me. And that was it. And she
asked you to do something for her. You got it.
And meaning she wanted me to break my concentration to go get a book when she could have went to the librarian and got him to do it. That's what he get paid to do. That man, I don't know what it was.
I'm not where you are with it. Maybe I'll make it there. I'm not where you are. Because sometimes when you guys say mac hard on women who might have disabilities, it reminds me of the turtle that's on its shell. Should you flip it over or should you let it?
Oh, yeah. I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Just let it flounder around like that. Do you just go ahead and it's easy, just pop it over. But then again,
I hear you. I hear you.
If you pop it over, will it bite you? If it finds its own way, it ain't gonna bite you.
Well, I'm gonna be real with you, Platt. I'm gonna be real with you, man. There was a lot of situations where, yes, I had to acknowledge the situation. You know what I'm saying? I had to do certain things because she was disabled. Okay. But the two main things that I do remember was the Coke incident and that book. I'll never forget them two incidents. Okay, it is what it is. That was like, a whole bunch of times I had to I had to acknowledge, the girl, it is what it is, man. She was disabled. She couldn't, there were certain things she just could not do. You know what I'm saying? I had to acknowledge it. I couldn't be, stomped down, uncompassionate. But brother, I'm telling you, those two incidents, dude, that girl was heavy into me after them two incidents. That's all I know.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. When you said those two incidents, I was gonna say you were heartless, dude. But you gave that example of you picking that lady up and bringing her up to to the higher floor because of that situation that you mentioned before. So basically, what I determine is that you pick and choose when you think it's appropriate, to be, put the fist down, put your Mac hand down with this lady, which I can respect.
Man, one time we was joking. We was in the, cause we did a lot of time in the library. She was a grad student. You know what I'm saying? We used to chop it up in the library. And if y'all want to see some macking, go to Georgia State Library. It'd be a whole bunch of dudes in there macking on grad students and undergrad. That's where I'm serious. I pulled more holes in Georgia State Library than in the club. Real talk, real talk. So there was a lot of times where this girl, we would have arguments and shit. But one time, I'll never forget it. She said, Alpha, you seem like the kind of dude that you'll have a girl in a wheelchair standing on the corner for you. She said something just like that. I don't know how we got on that subject. Yeah. And I said, and I'll never forget it. I said, you never know. I said, you never know. Just stay ready. Just like that.
Damn, it's customers like that, though. It's niggas out there. It's customers out there looking for that.
Real talk. She said, I don't know. I think we was talking about it was an amnesty something. They had like a protest going on or some shit. I don't know. They always into some crazy protest shit. And I wasn't into all that stuff. And I don't know what she said, but she said, Alpha, you seem like the kind of man that'll have a girl in a wheelchair standing on a corner for you. With all the other girls. And I looked in her eye and said, you know what? You never know. I said, you never know. Stay ready. Just like that. And she pushed me and she laughed. But she gave me that look again. Right after that, she gave me that look. You know what I'm talking about? That look, man. So
you ready to go back to the bathroom again, huh?
Yeah, I just tell people, in my opinion, Plaid, you right, man. When your game gotta be strong, your game gotta be strong for all women, no matter your condition. That's my opinion. I'm just gonna keep it real.
No, you're right. And what people gotta understand, you the boyfriend, you the husband. She got people to, kiss her and say it's gonna be all right and do all of that stuff. Like you said, the library dude, he's there to do that. You're a man. You ain't there to be doing all that. You ain't there to be kissing her ass. But the library dude, they pay him to kiss her ass. So go to him. You grab your shit, you go sit down. Like you said, she turned around telling you she want to go toss it up. She want to, yeah.
I looked at it like whenever I was dealing with her, because she's the only one. I've only dated one woman who was disabled. She's the only one. I look at her and I used to always sit down and think about, okay, what would she do if I wasn't around? Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? What would she do if I wasn't around? That was the number one thing I used to always think about. And that believe it or not, man, that's the shit that quote unquote helped me the whole time when I was with her. And we broke up, man, but we didn't break up because of a falling out. We broke up because once she graduated, she had to leave. She had to go back to Germany. She was on a student visa. You know what I'm saying? And this is real talk, man. This girl, I moved to Southern California. I live out here now. I moved to Southern California, and this girl flew from Atlanta. She spent her entire student loan money on me to come see me in Atlanta when I moved. Real talk, man. And the hardest thing I ever had to do, this is real talk, man. This is one of the hardest things I ever had to do, is I had to let her go. I had to let that girl go, man. Real talk. I had to let her go. That was a hard, because she was a student visa. And the only way she was gonna stay is either I was gonna have to marry her or go to Germany. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna do neither one at the time. I had just graduated, so I was trying to get my shit straight. But I had to let her go, man. We got it on one last time. I'll never forget it. And she did not know that I was gonna let her go. But I had put her on the plane, and I had never talked to her ever again, man. Real talk.
Yeah, that's how it goes, man. And
So
you know, both of you guys, you know, if y'all ever catch up with each other, you guys will have some good memories, man. And the thing that she can't lie, man, she can never say, she can say, hey, the relationship I had with him is just like he do all the other women. If he would have been all simping and compromised, it would have been a fake relationship. It wouldn't have been real. And she
yeah,
could
I don't know. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm just telling dudes, if you the kind of dude that you want to do stuff for women, like you want to do things for women, I ain't mad at that, but I'm not like that, dude. I just, for me, man, I'm always, I don't know. I mean, maybe that's bad about it, but I'm not a pimp. I never been a pimp, so I'm not gonna lie on myself. I'm not a pimp, okay? But I've always had the mindset that if the girl doing stuff for me, I'm good to go. I need a girl always doing something for me. That doesn't mean I'm gonna be a bum and not have my business and shit like that. But man, I didn't have girls buy me shirts. I didn't have girls, do all kind of shit for me. That's just how I am, man. I don't require it, but it's a good way that I measure to see if the girl is really into me. You see what I'm saying? When she breaking bread with me, that mean I'm strong. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's what I tell guys. If a woman ain't willing to spend a little, it ain't got to be nothing extravagant. But
Mhm.
I had a girl that was from San Francisco, real talk. And this
Mhm.
girl, I banged this chick. She was bad too. And she came to my room because we had a dorm at the time. And she did the same thing. She jumped up and said, I'm hungry. I want something to eat. And I told her, I said, take your ass to the store and go get you something and bring me something back too. So that's just a little, and she did it. She did it. She did it. That's just a little, I'm just telling guys that mindset of just telling them, giving them instructions and seeing if they willing to spend a little money. It ain't got to be nothing extravagant, just a little money on you. If a woman willing to do that, you in the driver's seat. Your game is strong. You pretty good. That's all I'm saying. It don't stop for disabled women too. It don't stop for them too.
You got to, and that's and if you even listen to them, they'll tell you they don't like guys who want to date them and act like they're the nurse. They're like they got to look out for them and watch out for them. They want to have a relationship with a man that's consistent to the relationship state. No, or just like any other relationship. And I'm not talking about nobody should be abusive or harmful, but checking a woman, sometimes that's what they want. And when you fear that, they don't like you.
I
You
think
you
my game got stronger, Platt, after
mm,
I dated that girl. I ain't lying, man. I never been simping for women, but I think after I dated her, man, my game went to like level 3,000. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious because that was like that was some moments when I was dating her where literally, not like I said, there were times where I had to acknowledge the disability, no doubt about it. There was, plenty of times I had to do that, but man, there was times it was just I just had to stay stumped down. I just had to stand down on certain stuff. And that girl loved me for it, man. She used to be, I mean, she was ready to do anything because of that. I never took pity on her. I never showed pity towards her. I never treated her like she couldn't get treated like all the other girls. You
mm,
see what I'm saying? That was the number one thing. I think that's what mattered because I
mhm,
never treated her like a girl who had two legs. Yeah, I tell a girl with 2 legs, go walk to the store or go get your own coat, just as much as I tell her. You feel me? So I don't
And
know.
and in a crazy way, the fact that you was doing that made her feel like she was a whole person, a whole woman, because everybody else is acting like she's not that. They're doing extra stuff for her. And here you are, she's with a man and she's experiencing, somebody who's treating her just like what she wants, right? She's whole. So with
They
you,
had dudes. Yeah, they had dudes, man. This girl, I can say this to you, Platt, because I know you understand it. I'm a big man. There's a lot of white dudes that be simping nowadays, man. There's a lot of white dudes be simping bad, man. And this girl was so fine in the face, and she was like 5'2", and she was curvy. You know what I'm saying? She had big tits, curvy butt, 5'2". She was literally, she could model in a wheelchair, real talk. And there was white dudes that would just, they would just start, in real time, man. There was dudes that just start simping for this girl, because she looked so good and she was disabled. You feel me? Some dudes simp just because a girl look really good. Like a girl is so bad, dudes just start simping. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm going to do this for you. All this stuff. This girl had the double whammy. She looked good and she was disabled. So she really couldn't stand that shit. She hated it. Dudes really thought that if they started trying to do everything for her, that they would get in with her. And that wasn't the case, man. That was not the case. So I tell every man, if you want to get your game strong, and now if you're not attracted to somebody, you're just not. She was attractive. I was actually attracted to her. So it's not like, I picked her because she was disabled. That bitch, man, she was fine, Platt. If you had never seen her wheelchair, I didn't see her when I first seen her. If you had never seen her wheelchair, you would have been like, damn.
Yeah, well, I got you, man. I feel you, man. Now we got a young lady right here. She's missing a limb right here. Guys gonna say they wouldn't date her, and that's fine. They can say it.
That's cap. That's cap.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you. Because they can come up here and say that, but they date her. They date her. And we're going to do a little review on this, right? If you want to, Alpha, you can stay up here and join us or whatever. But here we go.
There was a phase where I would only wear long sleeves, no matter the weather. But now it doesn't play a role at all. I just kind of wear whatever I want. I actually don't even know the gender of the person who's turning up, so that should be interesting. I identify as pansexual. I love the person for who they are. I don't really look for gender.
My name's Nate, pretty new to the area. I've been here for about 9 months. So I really don't know anything about my date. It's just completely blind, so I'm just excited to meet someone new.
Hi.
How you doing? What's your name? Can I hug you?
Destiny, yeah.
Awesome. Destiny? Awesome. I'm Nate. How you doing? Yeah, so where are you from?
I'm from South Carolina.
South Carolina, born and raised?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, when did you move out here?
About 3 years ago.
3 years
when I started
ago?
college.
Okay.
I feel like someone I would date would have to have a good sense of style, because I like to take pictures, so we have to look decent.
Yeah, so I'm not from here. Moved out here in February. So I'm kind of fresh still in here. But yeah, tell me about yourself.
I am a TikToker.
Okay.
I spend a lot of time creating
Hey, stop right there.
Basically just showing how people with
Hey, go back to her when she's sitting down.
Okay.
No, yeah, go when she's sitting down. Go back when they got her sitting down and she talking. Not without the dude, but when they stop. Go back. Hold
on. Give me
I'm kind of fresh still in here. But yeah, tell me about yourself.
I am a TikToker.
Okay.
I spend a lot of time.
Right there. Now, Platinum, right there. See how she look?
Yep.
See how she looked like that? If you had not known that girl was missing an arm, any nigga in the world gonna look at that. I guarantee you they're gonna say, "Hell, I'm tap." They're gonna tap that. Just looking at her like that. You feel me? That's how old girl looked when I seen her. She was sitting just like that, but I didn't see her wheelchair. She was in the chair just like that.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So I had already seen the woman just like how you seen her, just like that. So any dude sitting on this panel talking about they wouldn't date no girl, and they meaning they seen her from the left side because she missing her right arm. If they seen her like that from afar, I know niggas, man. I don't know if I want to get the channel, man, but